Doctors do not tell you the truth about obesity after 60, and it is time we had an honest conversation about why your weight is not budging. If you are tired of feeling like your body is working against you, subscribe to this channel for practical longevity tips that actually respect your age. You have likely spent years following the standard advice to eat less and move more, yet the scale remains stubbornly stuck or continues to climb. It is frustrating, exhausting, and frankly, it feels unfair. You are doing everything right by the book, but the book was written for someone 30 years younger than you. The reality is that your body has changed its internal rules, and treating it like the body you had at 30 is the biggest mistake you can make. Most people assume that weight gain after 60 is simply a result of a lack of discipline or sudden love for unhealthy food. That is a myth. The truth is far more complex and involves a biological shift that most doctors skip over during your brief annual checkups. You see, after 60, your body enters a mode where it actively defends its fat stores. When you drastically cut calories, your metabolism does not just stay the same, it slows down in a desperate attempt to conserve energy. This is a survival mechanism, a leftover trait from our ancestors. When you try to force weight loss through extreme restriction, your body perceives a famine. It fights back by increasing hunger hormones and slowing down your daily calorie burn. It is not a failure of your willpower. It is your biology doing exactly what it was programmed to do to keep you alive. But there is an even more critical piece to this puzzle that nobody mentions. It is called sarcopenia, or the natural, age-related loss of muscle mass. After 60, you are losing muscle at an accelerating rate. Muscle is your metabolic engine. It is the tissue that burns calories even when you are sitting in your chair reading a book. When you lose muscle, your metabolic engine shrinks, and your daily calorie requirement plummets. You might be eating the same amount you did 10 years ago, but because your engine is smaller, your body now views that same amount of food as an excess. That excess energy is nowhere to go, so it gets stored as fat. It is a silent, invisible cycle. The less muscle you have, the fewer calories you burn. The fewer calories you burn, the more fat you accumulate. And the more fat you accumulate, the harder it becomes to move, which leads to even less muscle activity. It gets worse, and most people do not realize this until it is almost too late. Obesity after 60 is not just about the number on the scale or how your clothes fit. It is about function. It is about your ability to get off the floor, to carry your groceries, or to keep up with your grandchildren. When you carry extra weight while losing muscle, you are putting immense stress on your joints and your cardiovascular system. This is where the loss of independence begins. It starts with a slight hesitation to walk up a flight of stairs. Then it becomes a choice to skip a social event because you know the walk will be too difficult. This is the real cost of metabolic changes that go unaddressed. It is not about vanity. It is about keeping your life firmly in your own hands. You might be wondering why your doctor suggests the same old diet plans. The truth is that standard medical advice is often generalized for the younger population. They focus on total weight, but not on body composition. If you cut calories without a specific plan to protect your muscle, you will lose weight, but a significant portion of that weight will be muscle tissue. You will end up lighter, but weaker and with a slower metabolism than you had before. You are essentially starving your engine to save the car. The secret that the experts often overlook is that at this stage of your life, the quality of your movement and the quality of your nutrition matter far more than the total amount of food you consume. So, how do we shift the tide? It starts with changing your focus. Stop aiming for a specific number on the scale and start aiming for metabolic health and muscle retention. The first step is to prioritize protein intake. Most people over 60 do not eat nearly enough protein to maintain their existing muscle mass, let alone build new strength. And to include a high-quality protein source in every single meal, whether it is eggs, lean meat, fish, or plant-based alternatives. This provides the building blocks your body desperately needs to stop the muscle breakdown. Think of protein as the fuel for your metabolic engine. The second step is to change how you move. Long, slow cardio sessions, while good for your heart, often do very little to reverse the sarcopenia. You need to introduce resistance. This does not mean you need to join a gym or lift heavy iron bars. It can be as simple as bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, or using resistance bands at home while you watch television. The goal is to send a signal to your body that your muscles are still necessary. When you lift or push against resistance, you are telling your metabolism to stay active, to keep burning, and to stop storing energy as fat. Consistency is the magic ingredient here. Doing 10 minutes of movement every day is vastly superior to doing 1 hour of intense exercise once a week. There is a detail most people miss: sleep and hydration. They seem simple, almost trivial, but they are the silent regulators of your hormones. Poor sleep patterns directly spike your cortisol levels, which is a massive trigger for belly fat storage in people over 60. If you are not sleeping, your body is effectively telling itself to hold onto every ounce of fat it has. Prioritize your rest as if it were a high-stakes appointment. Drink water throughout the day, as even mild dehydration can cause your brain to send false hunger signals, leading you to reach for snacks when your body is actually just thirsty. This is not a quick fix or a magical pill. It is a reorientation toward the biology of longevity. You are working with a body that has decades of experience, and it requires a different approach than the one you used in your 30s. By providing your body with the right fuel and the right kind of physical challenge, you can stop the cycle of muscle loss and metabolic decline. You can regain your mobility, improve your energy levels, and ensure that you remain independent for years to come. The goal is to build a body that feels capable again. Remember, the struggle you are feeling is a mismatch between old habits and your current biological needs. Once you bridge that gap, the frustration begins to dissolve. You are not destined to lose your strength or your mobility just because of your age. You are simply in a new phase of life that requires a more precise, intentional strategy. Start today by adding the extra portion of protein to your dinner and finding 5 minutes to move against resistance. Your body is resilient, and it is capable of change at any age if you give it the right instructions. If you found this information helpful and you want to continue taking control of your health and longevity, subscribe now to stay updated on our upcoming sessions. You have the power to change your trajectory, starting right now.